Kevin Johnson. He's going to conduct our prayer. Let's get started with that. And
right.
there's a few minutes video that will get started. Thank you all.
All right.
Kevin.
Let us bow our head and close our eyes. Just a quick time of reflection.
This is the essence of our group, is to add value. We have some great speakers, and today's theme is communication for success. So every single time when we have these events, we will create a theme, and around those themes, we will have some wonderful speakers who are going to give you some great insight on one of the subjects.
Counselor, certified hypnotist, growth coach, and I'm also the director of marketing for Apex Counseling Center. So I do a lot of things. So because I do a lot of things, I want to pass on wisdom to everybody here. As a psychotherapist, I've developed very quick ways of developing rapport with people. And I'm going to teach you something we call the stages of change, which you could view it as the stages of where your clients are at when you're prospecting with them. Because prospecting, let's face it, is the most important thing we can do in our business, correct? If we don't prospect, what happens?
Hungry.
You go hungry, you starve. And how many of you here want to have a feast? Everybody, right?
So I'm one of the few people that is actually glad that it's raining. It saved me on my water bill, so thank you, keep raining. But today I want to talk about, we're talking about communication. And for 20 years in the Marine Corps, I was a communications officer. And a lot of times, what does that mean? It means you have one system over there sending electrons to another system over here. And a lot of times people say, we have communication because the links are working. We can ping each other. In other words, electrons are flowing. That's not communication. Communication is a message sent and a message received. That's with data and technical devices. But let's talk about human beings, because it's not that simple. Just because I send a message and you receive it, doesn't mean you connected with it, nor with me. And as we talk about communicators, let's talk about leaders, because leaders do communicate. And the two go hand in hand. So when I say the word communicator, imagine you can transfer that word for leader. Because as a leader of an organization, you are communicating the mission, vision, and basically the direction of your organization. Can we agree on that?
The opportunity to meet each one of you personally, but I will before the morning is done. But I want to thank you for the opportunity to be with you and just share with you. The name of our company is Cooper Culture, with the emphasis on culture. The culture being a work environment. We have a culture right here. You have a culture at home. You have a culture at your work environment. And it's good, it's bad, it's indifferent. I'll tell you just very briefly some of the aspects of a culture that are very important. Do I feel like I belong? Do I feel like the people there, the supervisors, trust me? Do they value me? Those kind of things. I frequently ask businesses when I talk to them, do you have employees or do you have people in your organization? And sometimes I get a response that, wow, no one's ever asked me that before. But I want to tell you something, if you treat me as if I'm just an employee, then I'm just a card puncher, and maybe I'm here just to do some work, put in my time, and go home.
Is the son of a United States Marine who entered the Marine Corps as an enlisted, as the oldest of 7 children out of Richmond, Virginia. While he was in the Marine Corps for 20 years, ultimately he was commissioned and he retired as an officer in the Marine Corps. During the time that Dad retired from the Marine Corps, his son, the gentleman that's standing in front of you this morning, was a 16-year-old in the 11th grade. We were living in Virginia Beach. His dad was stationed at the Naval Air Station in Norfolk, Virginia. I had been an athlete at Kellum High School. I was a wrestler. I played basketball, volleyball, and I was number 88, the wide receiver on the junior varsity football team. I was very proud of what I was doing. I was making a difference, and I earned popularity with the administration, the teachers, and also my fellow students. Once Dad retired, though, it was time to relocate back home.
I'm going to talk a little bit about communication, but on a different tangent. The tangent is that we talk about communicating with people, and that is what brings success in our life or failure in our life. That's what we talk about. How good are we communicating with people at our job, at our home, with our family, with our children, with our wife, with our relatives? But have you ever thought that the most important communication is the communication with self? And I was thinking about this since last couple of days. I said communication with self is so important. Who do you communicate the most with? It is yourself. It is said generally that every person has between 50 to 70,000 thoughts every single day. That's huge. The problem that happens is, or let's say first, they say change your thoughts and you can change your life. So if you're having so many thoughts,
Communication. I have some samples. I believe that feeling and seeing is believing, and I brought some samples of this shea butter that comes from West Africa. So before you leave, grab a little tub of shea butter and grab a little bottle of authentic West African black soap. These items are actually available at your local Whole Foods stores. But since we're transitioning from winter into spring, you all need moisture. You need natural moisture, so please help yourselves. And if you want to hear from me again, you can also sign up for an email. It's optional. So I want to thank Sheikh so much for having me here. I am a resident of Howard County. I live with my family here in Ellicott City, and it's such a privilege to be here today. I've learned so much from all the speakers, because as a small business owner, I'm actually living out everything that you talked about, Jeff, and Chetty, and Ron, and yes, everybody. I'm actually living that, because as a small business owner, entrepreneurship is communication.
I don't think that's necessary after all these things. If I do that, I mean, I'm the one who's actually learning from you guys. That's how I feel. But just wanted to let you know that you guys learn, Jeff, from mechanics to stories to different kinds of stories, how you put together self-connection, potential, and then you finally learn from one of the eloquent speakers that I know, Nafanra. She is, I mean, I have seen her, I actually met her in school as a parent in Ellicott City. And then of course, at some point, I think she talked about shea butter or something other, or at that time she was talking, and I cared less, and of course I'm not the most generous skincare person, as my wife can vouch for that also. So I did not care much, but later on I saw her growth, and at the same time I saw her speaking, I saw her in the US Chamber of Commerce, and LinkedIn and this and that. I'm like, wow, I need to get this lady, can we get her? So I've been pushing to get a one-on-one with her, and you can come and speak and this and that. But I'm telling you what, we're co-facilitating as an executive director of John Maxwell team, the mastermind, which is the book club and the training and whatever you call that, with Everybody Communicates, Few Connect. And usually the package that he creates, that is, we sell it to the corporations with other packages for about $4.99, sometimes even more. But we decided that for here, we're going to sell it for, if anybody wants it, optional.
yeah, we had said that we are going to do it for $199, but anyone who is here will do it for $99.
$97.
97?
Yeah, $97. Yeah.
$2 more off. Oh,
That's what I asked my admin, and he was working on it. Then I went into the website, and so in my website was the Unix leadership. There is a service, I think under that there's a communication or something. There is a workshop there, ACFC. So if you want, you can. And if you register by today, the first five people, whatever it is, it's from here or outside, they are going to get this book for free also. So on top of that, all the discounts, everything, so you get this book. And not only that, this book is signed by Dr. John C. Maxwell. So I don't know, it's basically, instead of giving free, it's giving almost free kind of thing. And that's what I can almost say. I want to show some slides also, but unfortunately, as an electrical engineer and communication engineer, I give up on that. I'm more of an adaptive engineer these days. So anyway, so I don't know.
No, the best part is that this is a mastermind which is going to last for 5 weeks, and we will have it every single week via phone. It's going to be for 75 minutes. And as you saw here, all the different speakers coming in and giving you different points of view. This book actually has 10 chapters. So in 5 sessions, we are going to go over those 10 chapters, and we will have a mastermind. Ron is a master at it, literally mastermind. And so all 3 of us are going to conduct it. And with that, we are going to give, like he said, there are first 5 books which will be given to first 5 people. We want to contain this whole group to maximum 12, not more than that. That is our, because that is where that threshold comes in, where you are able to maximize, and each and everybody can have a really great feedback into it. So that is what we are going to work with.
But we